Evans. Now we're going to get started with Ofcom, who have published their plan of work for 2024 and 2025, and it's really exciting. It's so exciting. It's impossible to know how they're going to actually get through it all. So let's have a look at a couple of the items that they're talking about here. First of all, they are going to work this year to develop a media that we can trust and value. Audiences can watch and listen to public service content which is broadcast across the UK and reflects its diversity, a plurality of choice of a wide range of providers and producers competing fairly for audiences. And of course, what they don't say is that as a result of the online safety bill, there will be a plurality of choice with regard to whether it's BBC or ITV or Channel 4 or GB News that you watch. But the content will be the same on all of those platforms. More or less. But don't worry, audiences are going to be protected from harmful content while freedom of expression is safeguarded, but only certain types of expression. They then talk about living a safer life online. So services have appropriate governance and accountability arrangements in place to assess risk to users, especially children. So they keep banging on the child drum here. Users are aware of what they can do to be safer online, including controlling the content that they see. And part of this is all about making sure people are literate with respect to the internet and so on. And the final item here, as I'm sure Ben will have something to say about, is trust. Ofcom is established as a credible and trusted online safety regulator with whom? Maybe with other online safety regulators around the world, not with the general public. But if we put that back on screen, again, there's a third one here, which is enabling wireless services to the wider economy. And they're saying that spectrum is available to enable the communications industry to meet anticipated growth and innovation in consumer mobile and wireless services. And this is, they're talking about here, millimeter wave technology, which still hasn't been rolled out in the UK yet, but they want to roll out very, very quickly. And as we mentioned a couple of weeks ago, they will be running an auction in order to auction off the spectrum to the various companies that are involved in providing mobile services in the UK. So that is really what they're talking about with respect to their business plan. I went to look at how many jobs they have advertised at the moment because they don't have the staff to actually pull this gag off at this stage. And they have 8 roles available at the moment, none of which are with respect to online safety or the media at all. So it's not clear how they're going to manage to succeed here. But don't worry, it doesn't end with these types of issues because they also talk about AI. They have also published their strategic approach to AI for 2024 and 2025, because Ofcom will also be the regulator for AI in the UK. No one knows quite how, but that's what they're going to be. And this is basically what they're saying. They're saying whatever the government says. So they're quite happy with the government's approach to AI regulation. Now, of course, while all this is going on, they continue to have their call for evidence on online safety regulation. We talked about this a week or two ago as well, and they're looking for evidence mainly from the platforms on how they're going to meet the obligations under the new Online Safety Act. Reddit has now, or in the last week or so, decided to wade into the debate here by saying, well, basically, we're going to quit the UK, or well, maybe not actually, because they aren't really in a position to quit. They're just about to IPO, so they're about to launch on the stock market. And they are particularly concerned that the online safety regime, they're not so much concerned about it as it stands, but they're concerned that the way that the online safety regime might be implemented means that they, as a smaller organization, by comparison to Meta or to Twitter, would be unfairly discriminated against because the regulatory burden on them would be higher as a smaller business. So really, this is just them giving their feedback on how they see the situation going. But Ben, trust is absolutely at the heart of this. Media literacy is at the heart of what Ofcom wants to do over the next 12 to 18 months. But, frankly, they don't have the budget to pull all this off. So I'm not really clear how they're going to achieve it. But I just thought you might like to comment on the trust issue in particular.
Trust as it relates to Ofcom, I think they've got an uphill struggle. Let's just put it like that. And they're going to be trying to enforce trust, ram it down our throats using algorithms, using this technology. But I think that the harder that they try, the less we're going to trust them ultimately.